thank you for so much for coming out tonight. I just want to start by saying a special thank you to the Newark Museum for being fantastic and hosting us here in this venue today and being flexible due to the rain and the humidity. So I want to give them a shout out for stepping in and making that change. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Karen Aaron, and I'm the president and CEO of the Greater Newark Convention and Visitors Bureau. And I want to start by welcoming you to the kickoff event for the 2018 Voice Summit sponsored by Amazon Alexa. Yay! Absolutely thrilled to be here. Again, to get started, I cannot emphasize the work and the commitment that's went into hosting this first and hopefully annual event. And I have to acknowledge our host city partners who have spent hours and hours and tirelessly to bring this event to you. So I'm going to ask my family, our friends on the Newark Host City Committee to stand up and give a shout out because the work has been phenomenal. Angela Garrison from NJIT, Aisha Glover from NCEDC, Harry Pratt from Burger Corporation, the City of Newark, Medina City, where is Medina? Medina in the back. And Audible. So again, thank you so much for joining us today. This is monumental. So when we talk about, and I'm going to go off script a little bit, when we talk about the advancements in Newark and we talk about, the point of place that we want to be, it's opportunities like this, it's partnerships, it's collaboration, it's trust that we can host a conference like this and get it done. And I think that over the last 5 months, this city has came together, numerous partners that's thought out, and as we worked outside the box to bring this conference here, that will absolutely bring forth many more. So hands down to the city of Newark and all of us who put the work in for making this happen. So thank you so much. In addition, it takes more than a village, so I also want to say a special thank you to our platinum partners. These are the organizations that was here from the very start. They believed in this project, so hands down to Yext for being a platinum partner, Audible for stepping in, Panasonic and Prudential for being one of the platinum partners here for this conference. So if you see them around the city this week, give them a special thank you because they believed in this project just as much as we did. So just want to say a special thank you for those that jumped on board. So at this time, I would like to bring up Mr. Rick Thigpen. Rick is the Senior Vice President of Corporate Citizenship for PSE&G, and he is also our reception sponsor. So I would like to have Rick come up and say a few words.
Very few words. All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening. So it's really a pleasure to be here for public service and to sponsor this opening reception. This conference is really exciting to me and really exciting to us to see Newark moving forward. It's a pleasure to be here with the mayor and the president of NJIT, President Bloom. And it's really a privilege for us to be a partner to see this kickoff for this Voice Summit. We're really hoping for great things here in Newark in the next few days and to see this become really a part of the continued revitalization and redevelopment of this city. And just for the record, we're not called public service for no reason. We are here to be a partner and hopefully when the mayor speaks, he'll reiterate it, that we are here to help move this city forward. So we're really excited to see this conference happen, and with a little luck, we're going to see a lot more of Amazon in the city of Newark in the future, aren't we, everybody? So thank you all very much.
Awesome. So before I bring up Pete Erickson, I think that it would be fitting for you to understand how this came about. And if some of you saw the Brick City Live article, it really was just that, a phone call. It was a phone call that came to our office, and we saw that this is something that we can do. And it was an immediate call to NJIT and Aisha to say, can we do this? Can we do it well? And can we do it quickly? And once we all made that decision that we're going to put everything we can to make this conference happen, we dug in deep, and we knew from the very beginning that this was not a shoo-in. We knew that our competition was Philadelphia. We knew it was Boston. We knew it was DC. And that did not deter us from leveraging every person in our office to put this conference together. So when Pete's office called and he said, Newark got it, it was ecstatic. It was ecstatic. And it's just a testimony to that it is the confidence that we can put something on like this, and that he believed in us from the very beginning despite all of the other major cities involved. So I'm inviting Pete Erickson. He is our new Newark brother to come up and say a few words about this conference and just kick us off to what's going to be an amazing week this week. Thank you.
Hey, Karen. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. Yeah, this has been an amazing journey. It really has. When we first had the idea for this summit, I'm sitting in an office called Day One in Seattle with Amazon. We got them to commit to the funding to get this started. And the next question is, well, where should we do it? And literally, I mean, every NFL city was on that list. We got it down to 4 finalists. Finalists were New York, Philadelphia, LA, and Newark. And we had everybody go to a deeper RFP response. And what we got back from Newark was unlike anything we had gotten back from any other city. And I've been at this for 10 years. And what it was a community who said, we want to be a partner with you. We had the city, we had the university, we had the Economic Development Authority, we had Newark happening and Karen, and we had the industry, and we started taking a look, and we saw that Audible was here, and Prudential, and Panasonic, Horizon Health. By the way, I want to mention Horizon Health has also come on as a platinum partner. So let's give it up for Horizon. So I knew we had something special, and when we came for a site visit and we saw this university and the brand new WEX Center, I walked in there and I just said, this is home. This is home. And I don't know how many of you all are going to be able to make it over there tomorrow, but I really hope you can, because it looks absolutely incredible. It is as good of a tech event stage as you're ever going to see. So I just want to say thank you again for being an incredible community. I have just been thrilled. I feel like we've discovered something really special. I can't believe other people haven't come here before and done tech events, but I think they're going to start, and I will be one of your biggest champions. Thank you very much. So when you do this, you got to close your first deal. We got Amazon on board early, but then it was time to start getting other sponsors on board. And I started making the rounds, carrying my bag, telling my story. And I went into some really nice offices in Manhattan, and I met a guy named Jeffrey Roars. And he just was super friendly, excited, and he's with an amazing company called Yext. Y-E-X-T. Put them on your radar, because they are a phenomenal company. They were voted one of the best workplaces in New York City, but they were also our very first platinum partner, and I'm thrilled to bring up Mr. Jeffrey Roars. Come on up.
So, shared that it was an inbound call, unsolicited, that got this event. That's probably the best call you'd ever received. You also had a great tweet about launching this, because that's how it hit my radar. And we as a company are a digital knowledge management platform that helps companies control the public information about their business across all the intelligent services out there, be it search engines or maps or voice assistants. So as that world has evolved, as over 20–30% of search is now coming through voice, it's critically important for our customers to understand how that impacts their businesses, and for us to partner and integrate with those solutions. So when I was able to sit down with Pete, it was a no-brainer conversation. And as somebody who is a resident of New Jersey and has a number of employees who commute across the river and are very excited that for the next 3 days they don't have to go across the river, they can stay on this side. We are honored to be one of the platinum sponsors, have our CEO address you on Wednesday, and just really see this event go from seed to a tremendous anchor for not only the industry, but also the region. So thank you very much, and we look forward to being with many of you over the coming days.
So next up, I want to bring up someone that I can say has put the work in. Angela Garrison and her team at NJI team has done the impossible. Keep in mind that the WEC Center just opened this year, and for them to put together a conference of this size, it is fantastic. So I'm going to have Angela come up, speak a little bit about the WEC, and talk about, what the next couple of days is going to be about in her team. So thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I'm actually going to allow my president to talk a little bit about our WEC, because when you hear the story that he shares, it's always something that we always hear and listen to quite intensely. But I'm so excited because over the last couple of months, working with Aisha, working with Karen, working with Pete, working with all of our community partners, I'm so excited to announce that we have over 50 community partners collectively and growing. More importantly, as we think about the mayor, we think about the vision that he's been talking about, we truly at NJIT wanted to really make our indelible mark, and we wanted to bring all of our community members together. So I'm going to now bring up Joel Bloom, who's going to talk a little bit about why NJIT at this moment is really helping this transformative moment. So Dr. Bloom, come on up and join us.
Thank you, Angela. First of all, I'm staring at the guy. We run into each other a lot. We've started calling each other brother. So you have no idea what this man is doing for our city. So Raz Baraka, outstanding. And it's a pleasure. So anytime he calls and says, let's partner, I'm like, I have a choice. Absolutely. And Aisha and what she is doing. Aisha, I grew up in Brooklyn, in case you can't tell. And she worked in the Navy Yards. Now, we used to go there and play ball in the Navy Yards, but you could kill yourself on whatever was on the ground at the time. But if you go there today, and what you've accomplished there is outstanding. Karen, where do you get all this energy from? You. Oh, yeah, right. So, and is Dennis Bone here? Where's my trustee, Dennis Bone? Oh, Dennis left. I'm sorry, he couldn't. So the WEC. We grew the university to over 11,000 students, and they were in a gym that was built for 4,000 students back in 1965. And even though our young men and women are outstanding techies, they're pretty good athletes too. So we said, we need a new facility for them. But you can't just build a gym today and get everyone to sign off. So we said, look, we want to be known. We're in this great city, great transportation, a great museum, largest museum in the state of New Jersey. And if you've not seen the planetarium here, or I think I got it right, the Victoria Hall of Specimens, Natural Sciences, like 70,000 specimens. I like going to museums. Anyway, so if you've not seen this museum, so the city has got everything going for it. So we said we would build this facility, 220,000 square feet, but only 30% of it will be athletics. The rest will be able to serve for large conferences to attract people to our city and to our campus. So Pete Erickson, thank you for the confidence that you've shown in bringing this conference here. And to the team, just outstanding work. And we're going to learn a lot over the next 3 days about voice technology, tens of millions of users now around the world of voice technology. But we're also going to have some fun. So thank you very much, Angela. Outstanding work. Thank you very much. Stay for a second.
I'd also like to bring our NJIT colleagues up really quickly. So we also have Don Sebastian with us, Judith Sheff, and also Dave Ullman. Please come up really quickly. We just want to also acknowledge that this was a university-wide effort, so I just wanted to thank all of the many individuals who were able to support this endeavor. So we just wanted to come up briefly. And Pete, you want to?
We gonna do a picture? Well, we got some, I don't want to take a picture after Mayor. No, he's an alum.
But you are an alum.
He's an alum.
He's an alum. He is Dr. Baraka.
Come on, Doc.
Right here, right here.
Thank you.
So, as you just heard, this was not by chance, this was fate. So, and there's a reason for everything. And one thing that I want to point out that Pete did not mention that we are now at record numbers. When they called our office, they were talking about 1,500 persons. And as of today, the grand number is, drum roll.
We just hit 2,323 registrations for the conference. And Joel, one thing I forgot to mention was also in that meeting in Seattle when we launched this thing with Amazon, we had decided who our keynote would be, and it would be David Isbitsky, who's their chief evangelist. And so we went through this whole process to get to our home location of NJIT, and I sent David a note right before we were going to make the public announcement April 4th, saying, hey, we decided on Newark, and it's going to be at NJIT, and he shot me right back. He said, I've got chills. That's where I graduated from school 20 years ago. So you got an alum coming home for the opening keynote tomorrow. Anyway, thank you, Karen, and thank you.
Okay, 2323. This is phenomenal, way phenomenal. So next, I would like to bring up another key member of our host committee. When we talk about economic development, we talk about economic impact. Every piece of this absolutely touches the bottom line for the city. And Aisha is a rock star when it comes to bringing together the business community. We couldn't do it without her. This was a partnership that we went in from the very beginning. So I'm going to have Aisha come up and just kind of say a few words and talk about where the city is going and what's next.
First of all, I didn't realize I was supposed to talk about where the city is going and what's next. I thought I was just here to introduce my mayor. We all know where the city is going. If we didn't know, we wouldn't be here, and the Voice Summit wouldn't be here. So I just want to give a shout out to Pete. It's been phenomenal working with you. It's really been an honor and a privilege to really help see this through. Everybody thinks an event is just an event. An event is not just an event. I did corporate meeting planning for Morgan Stanley for 8 years. There is a lot of work that goes into an event. And we recognize and appreciate all of the marketing, the promotion, the PR that comes with this, and that you've essentially gifted our city. So I just want to thank you and recognize your faith and confidence in our ability to deliver. I promised myself I would not make any Black Girl Magic comments, but I just did. It's been a privilege to work with Angela and Karen on this, really kind of coming together and recognizing the power of partnership and really what it means to leverage the assets that the city has to offer. So thank you, Joel, for Angela. But thank you, Joel, for NJIT. I did meet your wife. Thank you for Joel. But no, really just being able to partner and work with NJIT on this. Your team has just been so gracious and giving. And Karen, that is the force behind the GNCVB, she and I have started to come together more around festivals and really recognizing the power of events and festivals and what that attraction can mean in terms of economic development for the city. This is not just an event. We are at the epicenter of a movement, of technology, of innovation, of talent. And so for MODEV to recognize that they are at the epicenter of the largest talent pool in the country, that was also a plug for Amazon, and the most diverse talent pool in the country, is huge. We've been saying we're having 1,500 programmers and developers, but now it's 2,300 descending onto the city. And what that means for us is really people recognizing all of the value that, that our city has to offer. So I do stand before you kind of privileged to introduce our next speaker, a man who I believe is really helping to lead the innovation around the city, who knows the value of leveraging the infrastructure that's really going to help make us the next destination city, and who's committed to growing and leveraging our connection, again, to the largest talent pool in the country, but most importantly, who knows what Alexa's answer is going to be if you ask her where Amazon's next headquarters should be. Our mayor, Raz J. Baraka.
Thank you, thank you. First of all, I want to, I don't know if we gave the museum its just due. This is probably the best museum in this region. People go to museums all over, and mostly they run to New York City because of the big names, the MoMA and all of those places. But the Newark Museum can compete with any of those museums. And I say that, I don't say that lightly. I've been through this museum. I participated as a child here. And I just don't think, like most things in Newark, we do not get the notoriety that we deserve. So I just wanted to take a second to talk about the Newark Museum. That's it. And give them a round of applause for allowing us to be in this gorgeous space. Right? It's gorgeous. It just opened up the new entrance. And the new entrance signifies how Newark is coming back. There was a time in the city when the entrance had to close, and now it opened back up, which signifies a turn in what's happening in this city. And I think our secret is collaboration. And so what Aisha talked about, isn't she outstanding? Yes. Aisha's outstanding. She's magnificent, helped us a lot, a little humble, and that's a good thing, because there's a lot of people that aren't around here. But she is doing an outstanding job here in this city. Most of the things that we are getting to do like this is because she is the force and the face behind, well, in front of most of it, as a matter of fact. So we appreciate her. We appreciate all of the groups, all of the folks that came together in that group, NJIT. Thank you. We got some work to do, but I love you, Dr. Bloom. We go back and forth all the time. But he's the big fella. And NJIT produces some incredible talent around here in this region and the nation, and we are greatly indebted to the work that you do in this city. Pete, we want to thank you for knowing where you are. Where are you? For knowing that Newark is a place to be. There was a mayor, Ken Gibson, first African-American mayor, said that wherever the country is going, Newark will get there first. I know you never met him, but you understood that right away, that this conference deserved and needed to be here in the city of Newark. Everybody talked about why it should be here. But as many people in the country are talking about the country as it goes backwards, in Newark, we're trying to find innovative and creative and imaginative ways to push the country forward. And we think it begins right here in the city of Newark, with as much diversity as we have in this region, with all of the minds, with all of the people, with all the collaboration and the energy and the grit and the commitment we have to life and progress and forward thinking. There's no other place a conference should be but Newark, New Jersey. So we are so excited to have 2,000 or more people here in our city talking about technology, voice technology as it grows. And we're excited that Amazon is a part of it, so they get to get a peep at what we could put together in Newark. We could dance in Newark, and we could dance to a lot of different music in this town. So we are so excited to have the conference. Welcome to the city of Newark. If it's your first time here, enjoy yourselves. If it's your second time, make it your third and fourth time. We invite you to come back over and over and over again. God bless you. It's going to be an outstanding week.
Pete alluded to this, but I just want to kind of recognize some people. One of the points of feedback that I feel like I'll always get is that the city is truly collaborative. I saw Frank Giatomasi in the house earlier. He actually did a piece, I think, in NJ.com about this, that really speaks to how much folks truly do come together. So I just want to quickly recognize Assemblywoman Pinto Marine, who's in the house, the governor's office represented by Joe Kelly and Ty Cooper, Councilwoman of the Central Ward, LaMonica McIver, Deputy Mayor of Economic and Housing Development, Carmelo Garcia. Somebody made a comment to me that the room could have been fuller, and this was intentionally small. This is a curated event. We could have had 200 and 300 and 400 people in here. You're here for a reason. And so this is kind of a thank you for all of your support, for believing in the work of NCEDC, of NJIT, of GNCVB, and really supporting the conference. So I just want to end there and say thank you. Each and every one of you are here, and you're here for a reason.
So as we wrap up our acknowledgments for the evening, I just want to kind of point out some of the events that's going on this weekend. But more importantly, Aisha and Angela and the mayor spoke about partnerships, and that's what this room is here. That's why we're here. We're talking about partnerships. Pay attention to the pole banners that are up and around town. Pay attention to dedicated key cards in our hotels that have the Voice Summit. Pay attention to the A-frames that are in and around the city. Pay attention to the street ambassadors that are out there this week in the rain directing people and traffic to this school. That's what partnerships is about. That is the mark and the message that we wanted to show the folks at Amazon when you came into the city, that this is not just about a school, it's not just about a couple of agencies, it's a whole community that came together to bring this together. So as we start to wrap up, I want to talk about some of the events for the rest of the week. Everyone in this room is welcome. Most importantly, the welcome reception that will be at NJIT on tomorrow evening. So if you are at the start of the expo, so if you are there, please stay behind. It's good food, good drink, good networking. Also want to talk about the bar crawl. If you're not familiar, haven't been to Newark, we have a 7-stop bar crawl that'll take you through different establishments. Eight, so there's a new one. 8-stop bar crawl that will take you through some of the best food and hot spots in Newark, and the best thing about it is that there's a shuttle. So if you can't walk, if it's raining, there's a shuttle that will circle you around the pub crawl in downtown Newark. On Thursday, there is a closeout rooftop barbecue. So if it doesn't rain, we're going inside. Thank you to the Burger Corporation for hosting us there. And then tonight, there is a kickoff event at Barcade. So this is sponsored by Audible. So it wasn't just a conference. It never was from the very beginning. It was an experience in Newark that we wanted to showcase to the folks that came in town. So if there's anything that I missed as far as the events for Medina, we're going to have Mr. Medina. I don't know if Medina has a last name or a first name, but we just call him Medina. Oh. Right. Okay, you want to take that little
We would ask if everyone has a glass of wine, and actually we need everyone to just raise their glass to kick off this amazing summit with our dear leader of the MODEB organization that has an incredible team that's over at NJIT right now as we speak. We want to just raise our glasses in the good spirit of this amazing 2018 Voice Summit with this amazing group of host committee members and all the sponsors in the room, and just toast to an incredible week with all of the attendees, the sponsors, but also the local leaders all around the state and all the individuals coming from around the world. God bless and thank you. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you, Mayor. And now we'll ask the mayor to join us, Dr. Bloom, Rick Thigpen,
Please
all of the
enjoy
sponsors,
the
and all the
bar
sponsors.
and the food.
And the bar and the food is now
It's still open. It's still open.
The good councilwoman, the state senator, Assemblywoman,
Pintor Marine.
Pentor, please join us.
Short guy in the middle.
Carmelo, please come join us in the front. Governor's office at the front, please join us. North. Please join us in the front.
I'm very tall. Medina,
Wait, should we go in front? Can we move this? Can they move it?
Please tell me how you feel about The Voice expanding here in Newark.
I'm glad to hear that voice is technology that's being embraced, and learning more about Newark and Newark growing, I think is fantastic.
So what should we know about your company?
So being able to offer accessibility features to every content on the web, we've done that. So our ability to voice enable, use hands-free, and listen to content while you're doing other things where it's an important feature and aspect that everyone should be able to work with content out there. So accessibility is key to what Intelligently Interactive is doing with VoiceCaster, the iOS app.
Thank you so much. So please tell me how you feel about the voice technology coming here in Newark and expanding.
Well, I think the world is finally discovering that Newark is not just a city of the arts, we're a city of technology. And with voice being here, it just multiplies the multiple layers of talent and people and culture and creativity here. So we're mashing up creativity, arts, science, and voice represents all of that. I love the people here from all over the country, all over the world. They're discovering that Newark is a hotbed for technology and voice technology. I can't wait for the next stage.
Where do you see it going?
Well, you know, there's rumors that a major Fortune 500 company might be moving here, and I think this conference is sort of helping us along that way. So we're rooting for voice, we're rooting for Amazon, we're rooting for all of our technology leaders.
Well, thank you so much, Darryl.
I'm the CIO for NJIT, so I work with new and changing technologies every day to improve services to our students. Voice is the new horizon for technology, and here we're at the epicenter of where this is going to be growing in the future, and I'm glad it's here at Newark. I'm glad to hear it's at NJIT.
Tell me, how do you see your company intertwining with Voice Summit and the new technology?
So for me, in many ways, Voice is a huge validator of the innovation of Newark. More importantly, I run and own, with my two co-founders, a co-working facility that's for Black and brown startups, women ventures, and LGBT enterprises. So for me, I've long believed that Newark was this wonderful intersectionality between innovation and multicultural movement. So Voice is serving to provide more opportunities to get into this brand new frontier of voice and programming and development for multiple platforms. I think voice is the way of the future, and so what MoDev and Amazon and all of the anchors of the city have come together to create is something that's going to affect 2,300 developers and techies. So for my company, it couldn't be more of a welcoming to show that we've been here for 4 years and that the future looks bright. So I'm always telling everybody find their voice.
So tell me how you feel about the Voice Summit coming here and expanding in Newark.
Well, I'm very excited about it. You know, Public Service is a sponsor, and we did it because we think it could be a great addition to Newark. Voice Summit is about a new technology that's going to capture the future. If we can make Newark really part of that, we think outstanding things will happen for the city and for the state. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Does this affect the employees, or is this for the community?
Well, it affects both, absolutely. First off, for the company, when New Jersey succeeds, Public Service succeeds because our future is tied to the growth of the state. But it also affects our employees because we want Newark to be a vibrant, exciting place to work and to live. And as Newark develops, it really does a lot for our company and for the people who work there.
So please tell me how the Voice Summit is going to affect the people here in Newark.
Well, I think that the Voice Summit is definitely going to affect the people of Newark, specifically in the Central Ward, in my ward, because it's taking Newark to the next level. I think voice technology is moving right along. The rest of the world is just, tapping right into it, and what better place than Newark to host it? The Central Ward is the perfect ward to be hosting the conference in, and, we're the most, I hate to sound biased, but we're the most amazing ward. Everything's happening in the Central Ward, and so we're, just, blessed to be, hosting this year's Voice Conference right here in the city of Newark in the Central Ward.
Thank you so much.